In Yeosu today, another one of my two favorite places in all of Korea.
A restaurant that came highly praised by locals. It's called Sangol Shiktang. Their specialty is eel, grilled eel, eel soup, and it's all dependent upon how good is the quality of the eel. When you're doing grilled eel, there's not really much that can mask any flaws. That's frozen eel, or that was maybe, caught a few days ago or something, or it's been sitting out a long time. You can't mask that when you just grill it. It's got to be dead fresh eel. And when I mean dead fresh, I mean live. So hopefully we're going to find a live tank in here like we should, with live eels swimming around, and they're going to hack those things up, salt them up, marinate them, put them on the plate, and we're going to be grilling those up in just a few minutes. When it comes to this eel, it's all about the freshness of the eel. And you really can't get any fresher than live. So here you go, live eels. Grill your own fresh eel. Now this is exactly the kind of experience you want to do when you're in Yeosu. We got one of these is the salted eel, and one of them is the spicy eel. You see little grains of salt on there? Sea salt, of course, because we're on the ocean. Here is the spicy one. Put it on these screaming hot coals here. Yeah. See that smoke wafting up? And you'll notice that really there's no fan here. And everybody's grilling this eel in this restaurant. So what does that mean? Eel's really fatty fish. So that fat and that oil that's going up into the air is coating every surface at this restaurant just lightly. So this restaurant's a little sticky, not just the tables, but also the floor and even the wall over here, just a little bit sticky because the fat has caused a small film of fat over this entire restaurant. Not a problem, because with eel this good it's worth it, but just a side note to beware of, just a little sticky. Once the fire starts to get a little bit hotter, be careful with this. You don't want to burn it, but that smells so nice. All that fat's dripping down, and you're getting those really complex molecules as the fat just about hits that charcoal and puffs up into smoke. Maillard reaction goodness. Oh, great color on that. And how do you eat this? Well, you can eat it just directly, of course, or you can do like a lot of locals do, wrap it up. Things in Korea are often wrapped up. Piece of lettuce, raw garlic, obviously, a little bit of the spicy sauce, hot pepper, and that beautifully fresh, perfectly luscious eel. Everything I hoped it would be. The eel is smoky. It's ridiculously fresh. It is really tender. And you get the garlic, the dipping sauce. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Exactly what you want out of freshly grilled eel.
Here we are at another restaurant that met all the criteria in Yeosu. Live eel swimming in a tank, expertly prepared by this guy in the back who's done thousands of eels. But yet, the result when we grilled it up was, it was good, but it wasn't great. So what's causing this? Well, it's not just the freshness of the eel, it's also the eel itself. What's it been eating? What's the exact subspecies, the genetic variance in that? It's kind of like salmon. A lot of different salmons, where they're caught, the subspecies will all make a difference on the actual flavor of the salmon. This eel is so fresh, in fact, it was still quivering when we grilled it. But alas, not as good as our favorite restaurant, and now we're going back there.
Here's an interesting technique that I'm using now to grill this stuff, and that is I'm keeping the thicker parts of the eel pushed down so that we get an even grill on the skin. And I did that on this one, and you'll see when I turn it over, yeah, see, even color on the skin. Nice, it works. The only downside is, wow, your hand gets pretty hot pretty quickly. You don't want to get that heat, just throw it on. If you can stand this, it's worth it. Oh, that glistening fat. That's the fat of the eel. Very, very healthy fat, by the way. That's a lot of omega-3. You want this fat. This is fat you want to eat. If my face is a little red and my eyes are a little red, it's because I'm sitting right over this grill, which is really, really hot. No problem, because you want a hot grill so you can make great eel. Totally worth it. Salted one, the spicy one. Which one's better just by itself? I like the spicy one better when it's wrapped up because you get more complex flavors with it. But just the meat itself, just that beautiful, perfectly fresh eel. Smoky, so tender. But as far as just straight eating, I like the salty one better. As far as wrapping, I like the spicy one better. So do as we did. Come in, get half spicy, half salted. That'll make everybody happy. Kind of a nice surprise, we get small versions of their other two most famous dishes. One is the soy sauce marinated rare crab, raw crab, not rare. It's rare, but it's completely raw. The other one is the eel soup. Now the eel soup's kind of spicy. You notice there's little garlic chives in there. Nice. Again, absolutely fantastic quality eel. The soup, really good, but not my favorite version. Now, how about some of this raw crab? Boy, this looks like it's good, huh? It was so good that we already ate it all before I got a chance to film the video. So all you have is shells left. Yeah, there we go. Oh, really good shells.